Everything appears to you, to you. You do not appear. And although you do not appear, you are the reality, the eternal reality. Eternity does not belong to form. You are not any form. Any angst that arises to you is a form that's arising to you. Allow it. Don't argue with it. Let it be. We let the weather be, don't we? Well, I mean, we pray and dance, for the rain, the rain goddess and the rain god and so on when we need the rain. Of course, we do that. Well, we did that. When I was a kid, I used to do that with my friends. We used to do the rain dance. We used to put a feather. We used to see the movie. We put a feather and do the rain dance. But then we took bows and arrows and we did them out of twigs. We used to cut them out of the twigs and put a string and make we used to do boy games more than dancing games. But you don't need to argue with anything, you see. So what if a body contraction arises? So what if there are conditions that there is still some angst arising? Oh my God, what's going to happen to me? It can arise, but it doesn't touch you, doesn't harm you. Let it be. Let it be. Don't run away from it. Go right to it and see. Oh, come, kill me. Come to me. Come to me. Come with your big, the dragons. In the Chinese New Year they have the big dragon. They make it this 100-foot dragon. It's beautiful. The dragon is coming to eat you. And everybody's so happy. Oh, eat me, eat me, eat me, you see? So tell the dragon, yeah, come and eat me, eat me, eat me, come and eat me. Me, eat me. Let it eat you. What is it going to eat? It doesn't touch consciousness, right? Absolutely. But let it eat you. You will see that you are immortal. You're eternal and immortal. You have to be willing to give your love for truth everything. Everything. Don't hold back.
Magdia, when you talked about the coat wearing on the beach, right? It reminded me of the famous story about the two monks that's going to the monastery. They come to a river and there's no boatman, so they have to build a boat to go across. Then comes the big question: should they leave the boat there, or should they carry it to the next river? Because obviously there's going to be another river.
Right.
So I really thought about myself, what would I do with that boat?
Yeah.
Safety, security.
I didn't know that story, yeah.
Living in the moment. Well, could I drop the boat and I know there's going to be another river down the road?
No, we are the river, We are the ocean.
been touching on a little bit. Just wondering if you could talk about. I seem to have been in a pretty deep puddle, and I was taken out of it really quickly, and it kind of made a mess. So, can you just talk about, on one hand, sort of being crazy enough to leave the universe behind, but on the other hand, staying focused, staying on track.
Mm-hmm. We never leave what is true. We never leave what is real. Whatever we leave must be false. But we don't even leave it. It just comes to an end. Sometimes it's an ending that leaves no traces, no returns, and sometimes it's an ending that like a stone ricochets on the top of the water that has quite a few iterations before. The source is always on track. It never takes any other track. We could say that you are on track when you are contemplating the source, when you love the source, when you love truth, when you're contemplating what is the reality. Your contemplation of the source takes you to the universe. It takes you to the universal source. There isn't a personal source. And if there are traces that remain from what falls off, your love for truth and your willingness to live that according to that love, according to that calling, will take care of whatever hasn't yet, every moment is fresh. There is a whole, complete freshness. whatever shadows may arise, they're welcome. They arise in that which has no bottom and no walls. Like clouds in the sky. Unmoved, untouched, unstirred. You are the path. You are the destination. They say the journey is from ignorance to Satchitananda, to bliss, to knowingness, to the self-knowing itself. And they also say it's a journey that is taken without any step. It is a journey that's taken without a step. Not a step is taken. It's a journey from here to here. From the impression of time to the reality of eternity. From the night dream to the wakefulness. So it's a recollecting, over and over recollecting that I am that. I am this aware presence that has no form, no shape, no limitations, no constraints, nothing limits it in any way whatsoever. And the celebration of that is there. The recognition is celebratory recognition. And the celebration takes any form. It doesn't have any specific form that it takes, but it's there. It's a peace, the inner tranquility and well-being, the unconditional peace and happiness. It's what we are. It's the inherent reality of consciousness. The inherent, let's say, this word, quality of consciousness is peace and happiness and freedom. And I am that. See? The world, body, mind is not an issue. It's the dream of Vishnu, God's dream. And the only invitation is to recognize yourself. And the recognition of oneself as that is never hidden. Like the sunshine, always shining, never hidden. So what if sometimes it's dusk and sometimes it's sunrise and sometimes it's sunset? Once you know yourself to be the shining sun, and you shine onto the world, in some places lightness, some places darkness, and it's your play and your freedom. What sheds is always the false. So it's very beautiful. What is real never sheds. never. So don't hold on, let it go. Lovingly. It's all love. It is all love. Sometimes we go through a real grind, to clear some of the barnacles. It has to sort of go a little bit higher friction. Then it releases some of the tendencies that are more stubborn. And when we resist that with, oh my goodness, what's happening to me? Why is this happening to me? And so on. And we try to avoid that. Then there is a bigger wheel. First it was a small wheel, then there is a big wheel. And then the walls start. I don't know, was it movies or dreams? Like walls, people that are stuck in places where the walls are sort of, or maybe it was cartoons. Maybe it was cartoons. And when we were kids, they would make cartoons with, the character would be in sort of walls that are closing in on, but then they had the might to sort of break the walls. And no, these walls, there is a might to break them. You have to completely surrender. Anyways, you'll have no choice. You will surrender. You will surrender. You'll fall on your knees. And God will appear to you. Okay, beautiful. Thank you very much for your lovely company. Very beautiful to be with you.